my brain capacity is smaller than the singularity that the universe started in, which was quite small.
It wasn't.
I have no clue.
This is
Actually, well, it's
this
the
is-
origin of the entire universe.
This is a Luigi household.
How big was the singularity of the Big Bang?
We can barely confirm the shit like happened.
Yeah.
We can, we know, but like
it's a bit hazy. It lasted at least a bit longer than 10 to, it looks like the negative 33 seconds. Don't know how that's possible. But whether it lasted a little longer or a lot longer for an infinite amount of time is not only unknown, but unknowable. Oh, this is just a Forbes article about there was no Big Bang singularity. Which, I think everything about that is up in the air. I don't know if we know shit.
we know it happened because we have a way of like judging cosmic radiation.
That's
so we know
fair.
something happened.
Yeah, we know something happened. We just don't know the details of
the game you
exactly
played. Do I also play as a man? Because if it's not gay, I won't play it either.
Cat, I know you're still here. Don't worry. I know you always gonna be here. Damn, how many is not even in my chat?
I am.
Damn, why does moderators? Cat and Nightbot.
No, it's probably because I have you muted.
Oh, yeah, because, okay, I heard a thing that you have to have volume at least 1% for it to, like, count as a viewer.
See, you know I can't do that, though.
No, I know you can't. I don't have my volume on for you either. Like, I have your stream open, I just don't have volume on because I can't. Because then at times it goes silent and then you hear them overlap.
You can play as a lad, lass, or they, them. Alright. How much does it cost and where'd you get it from?
Okay, so, I remember when Cold War first came out, and people were upset that you could make your, like, in the campaign, you could make your character non-binary, and people were like, no, but that wasn't a thing back then, like, you know, you can't do that, and it's just like, bro, that's not
What do you mean it wasn't a thing?
Like, people were upset saying that non-binary wasn't a thing back
Good
during
variety,
the Cold War.
Smoky boy, I fucking... Non-binary wasn't a thing during the Cold War?
Yeah, people were upset about that, and saying that you couldn't be non-binary because it wasn't, like, a recognized thing back then.
Just because it wasn't recognized doesn't mean it wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
homosexuality wasn't recognized for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean it didn't happen. You don't need me to tell you what Peepaw was doing in Vietnam with the pretty boys.
What the fuck?
Let's just say Gam Gam wasn't the only thing that was doing it for him.
God. You are a bitch? What do you mean, Jason? What? Oh, are you saying that you're here as well? No, you were in Hell's chat until I started saying that my viewer count went down. Don't even try to finesse the system.
Can't finesse the system that doesn't give a fuck about. You can tell me. I'm trying to tell JC what's my least favorite. This fucker.
My viewer count went up to 2. Yes.
So I'm a lowly console pleb, but I'm fairly certain you can get it on Steam. I gotta play it free, but it's like $20.
Okay, I'm actually lucky as hell because I never got the rabbit boss.
Rabbit boss is fucking hell.
Yeah, and like the 3 times I went through King Dice, I didn't get him once. I also only got like the domino like once. Like I got really.
See, you can't even do that from the fucking bottom. People get pissy when it moves away from the basic ass formula of white cis dude main character. People get pissy all the time for no reason. I choose to ignore them, or I choose to shit on their confidence. Such as you can see in the instance of, let me tell you what Peepaw was doing in Vietnam. Put me back in the Matrix. We're fucking it up.
He has little dengues from his stomach. It's weird because from the front he looks really like he has a tummy, and then you turn him and he's just like,
I don't want to fight King Dirt.
dies to death. I'm Mr. King Dirt. I don't know why, but that song just slaps.
Remember when we were talking about who's racist?
Yes. I still stand firmly by my belief that King Dice is a racist.
I do believe that Baroness von Bonbon has said some things that she shouldn't have.
Yes.
I actually looked it up, and this game came under fire for whitewashing the culture surrounding this this type of animation style.
Oh.
And by came under fire, I mean like a handful of people were saying like, why aren't you talking about how the funny characters of the old cartoons were based off of colored people? And it's just like, we all know it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh shit, we got slightly bigger, actually no, like a considerably, a touch bigger, we got a touch bigger streamer in the lobby.
What do you mean?
There's just a survivor in the lobby with 536 followers. So, bigger streamer in the lobby, everyone.
Are they streaming?
Yes.
You should not say anything mean.
I'm going to use...
I lost a follower, and which one I lost? Your mom's a hoe.
That's a very... Well... I mean... I don't know if you can... Actually, no. I think to a certain point, everyone is racist.
There's a difference between racist and prejudice.
Yes.
Horse Boss is my favorite boss thematically.
I will come in the chat to defend this. I mean... I think it's... Well, because... The word isn't...
You don't need to. I don't want to talk about that too much right now.
Okay, fair.
Like, we're all fully aware of this. Everyone is to a certain degree, but it's not racism, it's prejudice. It's not the same thing anymore.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
I just think that the word isn't, like, set in stone defined of what is and what isn't, is the problem. It's an interesting concept.
The only way you're gonna get in here is if you're streaming.
Yeah, this is the streaming HQ.
Not to talk
bitch.
about the
Talk about
human
race.
condition.
No being racist, JC.
Don't make you start. Don't make you start streaming. What is a man? A human.
A human. A whoa man.
No, just a. I'm Mr. King Nuts, and I'm gonna say real bad words.
Good day for us. Well done.
I hate Cigar Man so fucking much.
I mean, he's not terrible.
He's the worst boss. He's so fucking tanky.
Fucking hell, man. I suck at Pinhead. Also, the other streamer that was that's in this
DC.
lobby. No, their title was "Who You Calling Pinhead?" Pinhead.
That's the only way to do it.
I really liked that. I thought that was funny.
trying.
Excuse me?
I said what I said. I said I'm trying. I'm trying to get you to dad, okay? It's hard.
What if I get a dad before you get a dad? Ever think about that one?
Do it. Who cares?
Did I actually get that? Oh my god.
I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how you do that, because in order for
Listen.
you to get a dad, unless we're talking about a different kind of dad, in which case I'm gonna have a real conversation with you about how those relationship models are inherently toxic.
Listen, you don't know about the older men I talk to yet.
You shouldn't be talking to any older men. Like
Should I just not be
none.
talking to- Should I just not be talking to men in general?
You shouldn't be talking to older men.
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
Like, not even me, technically.
I mean, but you're actually, well,
I'm your
you're
mom.
not even considerably older than me, though.
Older men don't care about you, really. Fucking trigger warning. Failed relationships. If someone significantly older than you wants to be with you because people their age are different or lame or they say you're mature, 9 times out of 10, it's because there's something wrong with them.
Fair.
Are you fucking my nuts right now?
Yes. I'm doing nothing else.
Rabbit Boss is the worst boss in the fucking game.
Fact. They are in a party. The survivors are in a party.
Of course they
I
are.
guess. It's PTB. I can't even blame them. I can't get mad.
No
at
one's
Swift
playing the
PTB.
PTB for, like, their own fun. They're doing it to show it off for some particular reason. That's
Yeah,
why
they're
I'm not
doing it.
playing the PTB right now. I'm gonna uninstall it because there's nothing for me to do with it.
I just want to get a light grasp on the new killer as much as I can.
I already got a light grasp on it. It's good enough. You don't get
Right
to
now,
keep
the
any of the
game-
progress you make in the PTB, so I don't see the purpose of playing. It's the reason I don't do customs.
Yeah, customs is a bit of a
I'm
different story.
not
though.
rewarded. You're not rewarded in the PTB.
Well, I don't care about the reward. In customs, it's, there's very well can be a high skill disparity. In customs, or in PTB, that's still very possible, but chances are less.
I like the way the new ranks look.
They do, yeah, they do look quite nice.
Is this your card?
Yes.
Ugh. I play
Did she really go back
Pokemon
up?
Go every day.
He called you a bitch? Oh shit, he can call me whatever the hell he wants. I don't care. It's no getting off my back.
You got this, Captain. Your faith in me is appreciated, but it's ill-placed.
This match
You can call you whatever they want. Doesn't matter.
now go.
True. It's nothing to me.
If it becomes an actual issue, trunk them.
Yeah. If they were... I heard the chains. I heard them. I knew I heard them. If they want to call me names and they feel good about it, they can call me names and feel good about it. But it's tough for you guys because you have 3 players in the basement. I don't know what you're gonna do about it, but you do. 2 of them are about to die as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, boss, you still ended up down there.
Yeah, like it's... Okay, well, I won't camp because then I'd feel bad, but
Do it. Can't.
no. Listen, Helmania, you said it yourself. We're supposed to be the good guys. We're the streamers.
Did I say that?
I
lied. Get angry.
Get mad.
Get mad! Scream!
Why the second smiley face, JC?
Surely brewing. It's on.
Oh shit. They got an unhook.
But JC, you can get in here and talk about like D&D if he wants to.
No racism.
No racism, only D&D.
No being racist. What about a racist D&D character?
Elves are inherently racist.
I've heard that.
Did I hear racism?
Oh no, we're talking about D&D.
There he is.
The episode, it's where we kill Robot Man, right?
Yeah, I answered that, yes.
Call it Medal of Man, Medal of Man.
Middle of Man. I was thinking about calling it Souls and Shadows. You know?
What is it? The Soul Dungeon didn't really have any souls in it, though.
I like the I like the title of Gil's worst day.
I mean, we gotta be real. Gil has had a couple bad days.
Yeah, Gil has had bad days, but like this is Gil's worst day.
And they were all self-inflicted.
Not well, no, they were.
Just chugging Gatorade on your opponent.
What?
I have all three of the streams open. I am the stream mastermind right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild because she's just chugging Gatorade.
Who is she?
The streamer that Alpha's currently fighting.
I'm gonna fucking scream. Fuck you, monkey. Fuck you.
That, you know.
That's why you're trapped in this
Oh.
fucking little box. I'm gonna. Woohoo! Oh,
Say
okay.
the N-word. So I was reading Promised Neverland manga, right?
Yeah.
And there was one panel where it was just
Sister Crown.
like, it was no. She's,
Red hot.
I've
she
got.
hasn't been there for a while.
I'm dead. I died immediately. Let's.
It was basically just someone's face, and it's just and I really want to take a picture of it and send it to you, Helminia.
Let's try pea sugar.
Yes, exactly. See,
So you got them all. Good
you
job,
will destroy. You will learn the wonders of pea sugar, Helminia. Also, how this ended up as a 4K, I don't know.
I mean they're down. It's the interesting thing about the streamer that I've noticed is they don't watch the killer, like they don't look behind them as they run.
It's on.
Oh, then they must be like
Yeah,
Well, they say it's a better strategy.
It's not.
I
If you-
have to remember that I don't have the smoke dash on.
If you have enough awareness of the game, then you shouldn't need to, look forward and see where you're going. You should just kind of have a general idea. Okay, where the fuck are you?
It makes it funner for the stream that way. Good job. I'm gonna grammar Nazi this streamer.
Don't do it.
Don't harass the other streamer.
It's my job. I'm chat.
What? No, that's the opposite of what your job is. I'm just trying to find Hatch.
Is she messaging you or is she messaging someone else?
I'm not getting anything.
Ah.
A brawl is surely brewing.
She's just
It's on.
opening her Steam overlay on stream, so
Oh, nice.
it's wild.
God, where the hell is the Hatch? They're probably sitting on top of it just waiting for me.
Yeah, I'm in your chat.
Get some more points.
I hear everything. I'm in your walls. Don't worry about it.
I'm in the walls.
I'm in the trees.
Well, now they suffer.
Mhm.
I either find them and hook them, or they just die.
If I beat this with pea sugar, I'm going to uninstall the game, and Cuphead will never get finished.
No. Why? What do you have against pea sugar?
I just realized
Exactly.
how much of a mess we've made the VC. So, because I'm not sure if she still has the VC opens, but it's wild because everything's so random without context.
It's true.
On both of these streams.
Everything is always out of context. Is
Yeah.
strange.
It's great. That's how these streams are.
Wait, that was a 4K. That was a merciless. We love that. God, what racial slurs are they gonna throw at me?
Actually, they've only called you a bitch.
Oh,
That's par for the course.
just GG.
How many skeletons does JC have in his closet? 3.
I could make it 4.
Over time, I've been slowly gaining JC's trust to accumulate all of his traumas. And when it happens, I will absorb all of them.
Well battle. And begin.
Hydrant or dihydrate.
I mean, it's, I don't know,
Time to wait another 10 minutes.
very, very respectful streamer. Good job. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would watch again.
So yeah, pea sugar was all well and good until I got to the roulette boss.
Okay, but roulette boss is just terrible all around. Like, regardless.
The roulette boss ain't shit when you got smoke dash.
I
know
wonder.
what how many
She has a thing on her stream called sound alerts. So this might be what I want.
This match will get
Oh yeah,
red
we can handle this.
And begin.
It's 8 ball.
Jeez, Crispy. You guys actually didn't do that bad that game. That was probably the most not one-sided game I've played. Literally, like I've
Get it,
played.
you're good.
No, not even. I have played 4 games.
I'm gonna
okay?
scream.
This one wasn't that lopsided. This was like a genuinely good game. The other 3 games I've played, one of them was a 4K on. They got no gemstone, and I got a 4K. The other 2 were all 0Ks.
Really.
So they have been terribly one-sided.
JC, you madman. I just saw loudly the chat. Absolutely. It's my job. That's what I'm here for. That's why they've hired me.
Medal of Man, Medal of Man.
Who hired you?
You're getting paid? Since when?
You guys, who? I'm not getting paid.
You guys are getting paid?
You guys are getting paid for this?
Here's a real high-class bout. It's
I'm gonna shove this cigar.
Do it. Where are you gonna shove this cigar, Helmania? Tell me. I want to know.
I'm gonna be literally blowing smoke out of my ass. Real Cuban cigars. Cuba ain't the only thing down under. I can't take it. I can't take it. Get ready for a different kind of missile crisis.
Yeah. Have a good night, Crispy. JC, don't you dare put a fucking heart in my chat.
So I guess we're going to get Terra next session.
JC, you
I
bitch.
guess.
I will trunk you. If you keep going, I will trunk you. You want to get trunked for 10 minutes? What the fuck?
It's not a heart. It doesn't count.
Damn it. He's right.
He's out of line, but he's correct.
This match will
Exactly.
get red hot. Here goes.
Yeah, I guess if you guys want to go after Terra, you can.
We don't really have much else to do right now.
So, can you explain your title that you want me to put for session 24? Because
Medal
I'm
of
not
Man,
understanding.
Medal of Man. METTLE of Man. METAL. Robot Man and Gil having to come to terms with some things.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you were just saying.
That's
metal
actually
man.
pretty dope.
METAL. I thought it was just that twice.
So,
This match will get red hot.
what if I do this? I do like that.
I want to be another thumbnail.
You want to? No.
You and
no.
Alpha are actually the ones that are the majority of thumbnails.
I feel like me and Hell are the majority of everything, and all the time.
Shut up. That's mean. Zex has done a lot of good work. April.
Good day for a
April left. We don't talk about April.
April left.
We have four REMs for thumbnails. We have 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 gills. We only have 3 gills. We have 1, 2, 3 Zexes. We have.
Wait, me and Zex are
one-
tied?
Yeah.
Damn, you really disrespected me like that.
Trying to
Zex
make it
has
all
the highest
even.
body count in the game.
Trying to make it even.
He's
Listen,
killed more
AOV
people than me and
one.
you put together.
But he has AOV.
Two.
okay?
I have two April thumbnails.
And we will never get any more.
Well, you still have like basically, what?
Look, I'm just glad to be the
7
fuck out of
sessions
Flaminos.
before anything else happens regarding that. So, for VODs posted. So,
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm just glad to be the fuck out of Flaminos, man.
And then
What's
Flora
wrong
has
with
3.
Florito? Flora has 3? Wow.
I've kept you guys pretty even.
Yeah. Somehow.
I get another one because I died.
No. You don't deserve shit.
That's why I had. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Where would you be without me? Where the fuck would you be about me, lizard bitch? Where? Where? Who? Who would deal with you? What other party would deal with your shit? Nobody. The fucking Fighters Guild barely likes you.
Yeah. What? Not even. I am the strongest. I was the strongest one in the Fighters Guild.
Until you
I
fucking
beat the hell
killed
out of
them.
Jade. Nah.
Jade went
I
easy
killed
on
them.
you.
But I listen. It doesn't matter. Did I beat Jade? Yes or no?
Did I beat fucking Kylene?
I don't.
Did I
think
almost
so.
beat the doctor? Like, you gotta understand that your strength is relative.
Anything is relative if you think about it hard enough.
Look, I could beat your ass right now. I'm still within the level range of where I can take you.
It's true, but the more levels that I get, the more your chances go down.
Oh no, because I'm just gonna start cheating.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna start using hold person on you and then beat you.
Yeah, that's not even a fight.
When you have someone with hold person, isn't every hit a critical?
Does whole person paralyze?
Yes.
And yes. So
Listen, with a clap of my ass cheeks and a twiddle of my finger, I could probably kill you.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
No. Listen, you don't need to know what my modifier is for wisdom saving throws.
I know
but all
what
you
it
do
is.
need to know is pretty bad. What is it then? Tell me.
It's a +1.
God.
You're gonna ask how I know?
It's because you probably know most everyone's stats.
It's because you have a +5 in perception, and to have a +5 in perception, while we have a +4 as our modifier here, you'd have to have a +1. So
Yeah, because
Wisdom
of
is
them.
at least a 12. But I know you don't have any relevant like bonuses to it.
Ooh.
No, I don't use wisdom. I don't have a need to have a high wisdom.
Look, I'm not saying I'm going to end suffering, but what I am saying is that if this is rabbit, it's not rabbit, so we get to live another day.
It's rabbit season.
What are we getting? I'm gonna shove this stack of
Poker chips.
poker chips. Poker chips. Yep.
We should play poker. Poker
where
would
you
be fun.
I'd do
where
some
you gonna
poker.
shove them?
We'll play poker during a D&D game. It'll be in character.
Gil is just gonna. He's just gonna flip the table. He's just gonna lose, and he's just nah. You know how the Nemesis breaks pallets? Like he like makes a fist and grabs it, and just like does that. That's what Gil's gonna do to the table.
I'd just
gonna freak
zone
the
of
fuck
truth.
out of it. What is Zone of Truth gonna do?
What's in your hand?
Oh wait, no, but I have the option to not answer the question.
You do, but are you smart enough to not do that?
It depends. Did I pass my save?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I need to rearrange my magic. It's time for me to take away some of my attack spells.
You're going.
go,
You're
like,
starting
full
to become a support.
I've been a support for the longest of time.
You have for a very long time.
How often do I hit something in battle?
You used guiding bolt literally last session.
Yeah, I used it once. That's the first time I've hit something in about 8 sessions.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Well, it depends if you consider the angels to be you hitting them.
I've never used the angels in combat. They've never been used. They're a 5th level spell, and I could save that for something more important. I don't use
Or
them.
no, you use the shovel like all of the time, and you get plenty of hits.
The shovel is a 2nd level spell, and I use it because it's a great weapon that doesn't require concentration.
And yeah, you use that all the time. So like you get.
Spiritual
you get
weapon
damage
is a
in.
cleric exclusive. It's a cleric
Is
special.
it really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I thought it was at least one more class.
It's like sorcerer, but it's like a
Specific.
subclass. Yeah.
Subclass, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did we ever figure out what it means for Suna? If, like, do they still get the wild magic thing if they cast an Eldritch Knight spell?
It is a thing of them channeling magic through themselves, which could trigger it. So yes.
Forgive
It's
me, Lord,
uncomfortable
for what I
silence
must
right
do.
there.
Forgive me, Lord, for what I have to do.
Everyone in the party, including Gilgamesh, takes counterspell.
Fuck yeah.
We
Would I
could.
know how to use it? Not a clue, but I'd have it.
We could do that. I'm gonna have Dispel Magic ready from now on.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing of like, I don't think it's gonna be as bad as you guys think it's gonna be.
Oh no, the worst one is it's the fireball, and if it's just like a regular 3rd level fireball, it
I
shouldn't
don't think
be
you can
too
down any
bad.
of you.
It
I don't
could.
think it's physically possible.
Well, the thing is, the only people that now have healing magic are me and Zex, and me and Zex are never within the range of a fireball.
Mhm.
Zex and I are never within the range of the fireball, and chances are high that Gil will always pass his dex saves because of danger sense.
Yes. Advantage does me a lot of good.
That's why barbarians get reckless attack.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm excited
I
to
guess
see.
boots. Wouldn't boots also give me advantage?
Oh, the boots
I-
give you advantage.
The boots of haste.
Well, if I have haste, like if I activate
Haste doesn't give you advantage.
Haste gives you just a +2 bonus to AC, right?
Yeah.
And then the extra action.
Oh,
It gives you
extra movement.
advantage on dexterity saves, which you already have as a barbarian.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of then.
I need some new items.
I already got my new items.
You want to know the best? You want the item that has served us the best in the entire game?
I have a feeling I know what it is.
It's the Ring of Spell Storing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Such a
other than
good
that, it's the broom.
Light. Phantom Light. That is the one that is.
Phantom
the
Light
best.
killed your friends.
Listen, not all of them.
Damn near. Do you not regret any of it?
It depends. Are we talking in character or out of character?
Out of character, how do you feel about what happened with Phantom Light?
I mean, shit sucks, man.
In character, shit sucks, man.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Out of character,
Listen,
it's how could you be so foolish as to not check it? In character, it's how could you be so foolish as to not check it?
Well, no, okay. You cannot put it past me as Gil to say this sword is looking for big, mighty, big, strong man, big, hunky chunk, best man, and for Gil to say, wait, that's totally me, I can do that, and then just not think about it. He wouldn't know anything about that. He doesn't care.
I think Gil's gonna leave the party soon.
He has
I
no
hope
plans
not.
to.
I like them all.
He has no plans to, but I can see how you know,
Well,
how you do
something
that.
with Suna is gonna boil over, and one day things are gonna boil over with Zex. As it stands, the only person that's in your corner is Rem, and you still do things to piss them off. I think the reason you just slow down on it is because Gil subconsciously recognizes that the only person in the whole world that's going to deal with this is Rem.
I think that's fair.
There's a reason you've been traveling alone for so long.
Well, there are a lot of reasons I've been traveling alone.
I need to think of some things for Rem. I don't know where I want to take them. Rem's showing a lot of mercy, which I don't want to do, but it feels right.
Yeah, you guys didn't even kill Findhelm.
Which
That was
we all know how
wild.
Gil feels
That
about
was super wild. I did not expect to get that. But then he started talking about, like, I don't know what it's like to have an identity, and I've been struggling forever, and I was trying to run away from my life. And had I had a different background, maybe things would have been different. But specifically because of my backstory, I made the choice I had to make. You get what I mean? Like, you think it's within the realm of possibility.
Oh, definitely. It's not whether it was in the realm of possibility, it's whether it was likely. And I put maybe oh my god, maybe 20 to 1 odds on that.
20 that would have
not-
happened.
20 you guys would have killed him. 1 you guys wouldn't have. It's I don't know. I really thought he was gonna die.
He lives. Now we have a friend for later.
Well,
You're avoiding me fighting Gil because you know what's gonna happen. And you wanna know how I know you're avoiding it? Because if Gil is as much as a hard ass as you say he is, that command where I got you arrested by the police would have been the end of it. But you let that shit
what?
fly. You don't remember when I used command to make you grovel and the police arrested you at the Halls of Glory?
oh no, I do remember that now. Yeah.
Stuff's wild, but I love it.
We have to go back to the Halls of Glory.
Oh.
They owe me some money.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pull that sheet up.
And then we have to sell all these parts, and then... JC, I can just tell you what I'm going to be buying. We need to get, actual stuff to, hold, monster body parts. We can't be storing blood in wine bottles.
So you'd need a bag of colding.
Well, no, we need something, and then as far as tanning goes... I think it would be a Boy Scout thing. Because it's not hard. Is it going to be done perfect? Is it going to be the Gucci of tanning? No. Is it going to be Old Navy of tanning? Yeah. But the thing is, people still buy shit at Old Navy.
True. For some reason.
I knew a guy that worked at Old Navy.
I am an Old Navy.
Ah, wait.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I'm going to unalive.
You can't. It's not allowed.
Did you lose again? Oh no, Sir Abbott. Okay. I was busy. I'm making the thumbnail. I'm trying to decide what to put as the thumbnail.
For the Gil episode?
For the Soul Dungeon episode.
Try the amulet. The amulet's a great one. It's very ominous.
Fucking hell, man. I suck
I
at
was
this
thinking
game.
the amulet or the robot, yeah.
The amulet and the robot.
Yeah. The amulet wearing the robot.
Oh. The
Fuck
robot with eyes of amulet.
Yeah.
Yes. Bullshit.
I-
You said I
I-
could hit.
I keep having to check. So, I think.
That's it. Hot take. The environment shouldn't break the chains.
The environment breaking the chains plays into one of his things.
Fuck.
And begin.
His power's useless like 90% of the time. 'Cause there's so much damn environment. Fuck. So bad at this game.
It's still the PTB. They might change it.
His power is just too mid. I just
It's
think
better
they-
than broken.
Well, yeah, like, I'm glad that I'd rather it be bad at the start than too good.
I was really thinking that he was going to be like one of those like deadly killers.
No, he's like a clown. He's like a
But not
clown that
even-
requires the brain power of a nurse.
I'd take Clown over this any day.
I would too, but I think it'll be really interesting. I mean, look at what happened with the Trickster. He got changed as time went on.
It's true. He was like really, really good, and then he got nerfed, and then he got...
He didn't get nerfed. He got reworked all the time. You're right. He did have that slight like 3-week period where he got nerfed.
Yeah. He had that little bit.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. You guys,
think-
return the stream?
I think one of the best examples of like me thinking a killer was going to be really good and then them disappearing is the Blight.
Oh, nobody plays the Blight anymore. I've
I
never
know
seen the
one
Blight
person.
in my
I
life.
know one person that mains Blight.
Isn't it Swim? Doesn't Swim main the Blight?
It's either Swim or Cozy. That main Blight. I can go back up in my server and check. But yeah, one of them's just like, yeah, I'm a Blight main.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I ever see a Blight
I know,
in Dead by Daylight, I know it's you.
90% of the time it will be you. Ooh, that was a good-ass dodge. Fuck me, man. This is a terrible game. I only got 7 hooks.
So why not some Michael Myers main? Okay. I was on a plane. I thought maybe they said it on stream and they didn't say it.
I think they did. I think I remember
Dang.
that. I think it is Swim because I was doing adept challenges and Helminia said that I should ask Swim about add-ons and stuff.
Swim's good.
Swim is good.
Eli, what is Knights of the Nine? Oh, Knights of the Nine, isn't it? No, there's more than 9 planes. There's 9 circles. Is that what you mean? JC, do you want me to tell you my plan I have for when we get our home?
Who home?
Our home.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm going to have like a little middle living area. And I'm going to lay down Hallow. You know what that does?
Yep.
And I'm going to give it the Tongues enchantment. So merchants can come in and negotiate within there. So the
Interesting.
communication barrier is down, and if I'm home at the time, I can use Zone of Truth and keep everything 100% honest, and we'll charge merchants for it.
Interesting.
We're gonna have 1 maid and 1 guard.
And you have one big-ass Dragonborn
Well,
to...
we're not gonna be home a whole lot.
But when we are, Gil's gonna...
Home is so if you find cool stuff or like magic stuff, you can store it. Let's be honest.
Home is where we take home the orphans.
What? Listen, if we're taking home orphans, I think I need to change Gil's name to Anakin.
If you touch any of my children,
They're not your children.
they will be. You don't know what I've been through.
You don't know what I've been through.
I don't care.
Fair.
I've been through just as much as you, and it didn't make me into some bitter asshole.
Who said I was made into one? Who said I never? Who said I wasn't always one?
If this is how you started, we need to have your mom inspected.
Well, about that. About that.
She's got a leak.
This match will get
Your
red
mama's
hot.
boy.
Here goes.
Did you eat your mom like a spider?
Sure. We can. I mean, I'm not a daddy's boy. Let's say that.
Is your dad a bard?
No comment.
And that's. I'm going to die on this on the best run of. You know what? Give it to me. Bot Knights of the Nine, wrong DLC. The Shivering Isle. That's what it was. I don't recognize these. Where are these from? Elder Scrolls. I know nothing about it. I don't play.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I've never beat these guys. That's why he tips over so fast. You should play Oblivion if you get the chance. I've played Skyrim.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Yeah, I made a Skyrim joke in D&D.
I remember
This is a
that,
Skyrim reference.
which
This
was
is
so
a
fun.
Skyrim reference.
That's a big ass beach.
I wonder if someone got the now die with an exclamation point clip made.
I doubt it. People don't make clips of mine.
I'm talking about in
A
alphas.
brawl is surely brewing.
People make clips in alphas, so you might have a good chance.
Me and JC were supposed to play A Way Out when we were vibing doing.
That would have been so good.
Yeah, it's when we were doing Minecraft a lot, and his community was
Wasn't
really loving it.
Wasn't it first you and Josh were supposed to play?
No,
A
it
Way
was
Out?
supposed to be me and you.
I thought I was the replacement for Josh for some reason.
I was gonna maybe do it with Jazz, and then your community liked the way we vibed when we did Minecraft together. So I'm like, we should do they were like, are you gonna do something else with Helmania? Because that was the era of when they liked me, and
Liked you.
and then I said we could do A Way Out. So I own it. I have it. It's ready.
I'll play it. Yeah.
We could, but then it'd be like scheduling it, and then it's a whole thing. I do it with Alpha, but Alpha can't even legally play the game.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I'm pretty well set up. Most of my college friends won't even be here until Saturday, so. But Thursday we can't.
Nope.
Oh no, why not? What's going on Thursday that could possibly take up your time?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Alpha.
I want an extra long session this Thursday.
Extra session. Put
Yeah,
some sauce on
I
that.
want like a 5-hour session.
Jesus. I've actually had people be like, damn, bro, them 5-hour sessions.
I used to do 8-hour sessions.
I know.
I used to
I've
run
done
8 hours.
I've done an 8-hour session where we go from, what was it? No, what's the longest session? Start at 5, 6, 5, 6.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
It's not.
We've done a 9-hour session before, just going until 2 a.m. Wild.
So the way I feel about it is, someone that has done like 8-hour sessions, things like that. The time that we do is like it's the perfect. It's right where it needs to be.
Do you feel like 3 to 4 hours is not enough time for a D&D session?
4 hours is enough for us. Like 5 is gonna be like too much. Like burnout becomes a thing very quickly, and like we're right where we need to be. I think, in my opinion. But I would like to do like a 5-hour session.
Who said I didn't have things to do on Friday?
Well, you do have things to do on Friday, but it's not until later in the day.
Actually, I might have shit to do on Friday. I have no clue. I never know what I'm doing. I do. Actually, no. I do have something. I have orientation on Friday morning.
Orientation?
At 8 a.m. That's because I'm a sophomore.
Oreo.
What are you taking orientation for?
The school? Like, how many? I think you forget how schools work over here. It's 7, 8, 9, new school,
No,
10, 11, 12.
Oh yeah, that's weird. But
Yeah.
that's a district thing. I'm saying like, what does orientation consist of?
Oh, basically, you go to the school, they say, wow, you guys are so amazing, and thanks for coming to our school. A whole bunch of bullshit. And then we get our computers, we get apparently our yearbook picture taken. This is new. It was usually like the middle of the year.
Are you
when
doing
that happened.
online classes?
No, it's just that for our core classes, our work is all in a program online already, and so they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna give these to you, just in case you don't have anything else.
Oh, your school has funding.
Yeah.
See, I come from a minority-based area, so
Oh, really?
we didn't have that.
A brawl is
Actually, it sounds like someone's poor.
I am poor. Oh, it'd be nice to be middle
Is this poor
class.
I'm smelling?
It'd be nice to
it
be
is.
middle class if, you know, my entire race wasn't brought here against our will and forced into servitude, and
That's wild.
then had laws and shit made
I was about to make
specifically
a gamer,
to keep us down.
I was about to make a gamer joke, but I figured that'd be a little bit too far and too spicy. to say on
What's your
stream.
gamer joke?
Some tribes get outgamed by the other tribes.
Oh no.
So it's a little spicy, but it's okay.
Eli says, I fought mud crabs tougher than you. There's nothing tougher than me because all the words that come out of my mouth are the darkest thoughts in your mind. You're just too afraid to say them.
a brawl is
People-
6 HP. Jesus.
Yeah, you get bonus HP from him when he does shit. She didn't even take all that damage. When are you gonna do
But
Cuphead?
no, that's who?
You.
Alpha?
No,
Me?
Alpha
I
already did
don't-
Cuphead. When
I
are
don't
you?
own Cuphead.
You should get it. You should do it.
You just want to see me sad.
I mean, no, I think your audience would love it. I know Swim loves Cuphead. I think it'd be hard for you because it's not your native genre, but
Yeah. So, I wanted to remark on something that I thought was really, really funny.
okay.
And it was the fact that I went back into the episode to see whether the medallion shows up in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved to the perfect part, and it's you screaming into the mic as soon as I pull up the medallion. I didn't fucking want this. It's just,
Send it to me.
this match will get red
Oh, I fucking hate Monkey. Monkey's secret hard.
monkey.
Did you guys know that monkeys, orangutans to be specific, are is a JoJo reference?
Did you know that I'm a JoJo reference?
How are you a JoJo reference, Emilio?
Everything is.
It's true. The entire country of Italy is a JoJo reference.
You're a JoJo reference.
Well, here's the thing. Banana Fish came out before JoJo, so is that a Banana Fish reference?
Banana fish.
Is that a banana fish reference?
Did you know that
No,
hating
wait, don't
JoJo
make
is a
me
JoJo
sad.
reference? Yes.
Don't make me sad. Please. I can't.
I'll make everyone sad.
No, please. I can't be sad tonight. I was sad last night.
Sad
You'll
every
be
night.
sad every night.
God, no. Please.
Banana fish.
I've used up my sad for the week.
Oh, it's time to be sad for the month.
Mom said it's my turn to be clinically depressed.
Mom said it's my turn to have the serotonin. Mom mom said it's my turn to eat. God, I remember.
Hmm?
Oh God, we're going to the game? Blech. Somebody help me, please.
Hot take.
Do you need to go get a gun?
Game rework, the meat plant rework, not that good.
I haven't been on the meat plant since the rework, so I don't know.
Yeah, is it reworked in PTB?
It's been reworked forever.
Oh, we're saying like graphical shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
honestly, not that bad.
It's not
I
good.
don't care.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's not good, but it's like it's a very medium rework. Like it's fine.
I won't watch JoJo. I don't want to. I know everything I need to know. I know that somewhere in part 4, something happens with a monkey.
Part 3.
Part 3, part 4, part Unga Bunga, all the same.
Yeah, no, it's like early part 3. Something sus happens with the monkey. That's why it's a JoJo reference.
You're sus.
Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum.
Jose, you should do police stories.
Yes. I feel like I stand by that JC would just go try hard in police stories.
I'd go try hard. What does going try hard entail?
You open a door, you yell, "Get down on the ground," and the moment they flinch, you shoot them.
Like they move a muscle and they're just out of the existence. They're out of existence
does
the
that
entire
count?
realm.
It does if they have a gun, yeah.
If they don't have a gun,
If they don't have a gun, you have an issue, but
Well, I'll make sure there's a gun on them afterwards.
what you see?
see, the thing is, there's loose guns lying around. This is entirely possible.
God, JC, you're a terrible person.
Minnesota.
You're going to Minnesota.
Dude, that's my native birthplace. You think I'm not comfortable there?
You're going to Brazil.
No one's comfortable in Minnesota.
FBI, open up.
Actually, no,
Someone's
nobody's
shooting you.
comfortable in Ohio. Ohio doesn't exist.
No one is comfortable in Ohio.
I have someone in my chat that's from Ohio.
Well,
Fuck
you're
me.
uncomfortable because you're in Ohio.
We have decided you are uncomfortable.
Bravo.
Things to do in Ohio.
Nothing.
Leave.
Number one thing to do in Ohio.
Ohio is a rural bar-fight of a state. I've been to Ohio.
Why?
I think I've
Was
been
it
to
willing?
Ohio?
Yes,
Wait.
I willingly went to Ohio.
Why would you do that?
Why?
Ohio has one of the bigger amusement parks of the Midwest.
Does it?
Good
I
reason.
actually didn't know that.
Here's a real high-class bout.
It really wasn't.
I know Denmark has, I believe, it was in 2014, 2013 maybe. They had the first 2 biggest amusement parks in the world. Dead Harding bitch.
Aren't you the guy that did hearts?
No.
We gen rush.
Yes.
We are a gen rushing family now.
You know who started the gen rushing family?
I think you did because you did prove thyself.
I did, and
then I
then
picked it up.
and then I was like, "That's fucking garbage. Your shit. Your shit."
Use it.
And then when I wasn't playing with him and he was doing a gen, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. No, like, cause you explained what prove thyself was to me, and I'm like, that's broken as hell. Like, why? That's so dumb.
It's
and
one
then,
of the most common perks around.
Well, yeah, and then Hell and I started doing the gem. I'm like, oh god, oh wait, this is really good.
There's a reason it's the meta.
yeah, good reason too.
Yeah, it's having if you have a 4-person group, it's having the like survive with friends, doing it with like one person has proved thyself, people running like borrowed time,
Yeah,
sprint
like
burst,
You get
urban
the
evasion.
nasty setups.
You guys want to play DBD without the PTB?
Hmm.
You guys want to play DBD without the PTB?
I want to keep doing Pinhead.
All right, so I have to put down the list of stuff you want me to do. So you want me to do Cuphead.
You should do Cuphead, yes.
Alpha wants me to do police stories.
We both want you to do
No,
police
I don't
stories.
want to. Well, yeah,
You have to
really
do it
don't.
with somebody though.
Ooh.
We don't know what it looks like alone. You can play it alone, but we don't know what it looks like.
Yeah,
It's
we don't
more
know how it
entertaining
is.
if you have somebody else.
It's true.
Police
It's a lot more entertaining.
stories.
So-
it's $15.
It's
Oh, shit.
yeah, I caught it
Sale
on
went off.
sale.
Yeah, you probably bought it for 15 for the both of us.
Yeah, it's worth the $15 though.
It kind of is. Wait,
You-
what the
Shooting
fuck?
first
It
is
might
not
be
an
worth it.
option. Duh, duh, duh.
It can be.
No, that's what the trailer says for the game.
They say that, but like you use the thing to look through the door, and someone will be there, and they'll have their gun pointed at the door. So your options are open the door, yell "get down" and get killed, or open the door, fire whatever's in your hand, and deal with the paperwork later.
Pretty much. Well,
See,
there's
how
even
much
the
is
door-piercing bulllets.
Mm-hmm.
Cuphead is.
Cuphead's
I don't
$20. You can catch it on
Well,
sale.
it's only 20. I thought it was 30.
No, $20.
Hmm.
Honestly, for 20 bucks, Cuphead is an amazing game. Let me tell you that.
I was thinking about getting Duck Season and playing a VR one because it's a solo VR game.
Ooh, I have heard very good things about that game.
I love the company that made Duckhead, Stress Level Zero, are my favorite video game company, hands down. They're so good.
Who are you gonna play police stories with?
I don't know.
You gotta pick
You
me
just
or
do it with one
Alpha.
of us.
Oh, maybe I'll do one mission with you, one mission with Alpha.
No, just
You gotta
choose
pick.
Hell.
You have to pick one.
Ooh, spooky. I'll let my chat decide. I'll do a thing on the Discord. Because
Okay.
everyone in chat knows you guys.
Maybe Pinhead is a lot better than I thought he was.
Pinhead
If you-
is
if
gonna
you get
be a
people
very big
before
brain
pallets,
Because yeah, this guy was definitely just running to a pallet, and I hit him with my power, and I would have never gotten to hit, but I did.
you can't
So, like-
can't jump pallets while you're chained.
Yeah, that's the thing. It works, which is the really nice thing. It works like the Doctor's power, is it restrains you from doing anything. Except maybe not unhooking, because last game there were definitely people who were chained who were unhooking, which I think is a problem.
thing. Duck Season got a lot of fun hidden content too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Duck Season's basically. Do you know the normal Duck Season, like the normal?
I
like
know
N64
Duck
game?
Hunt.
Yeah, Duck Hunt. Duck Season is a VR twist on that has like a bunch of hidden endings and stuff.
It's actually really
So-
cool.
It's Stress Level Zero. Their office is right next to my favorite digital media place, Corridor Digital, and so the guy was also helps Corridor Digital out, and so they help them out. So you can find like members of Corridor Digital, the company, in Duck Season, and in like Boneworks, which is my favorite game by them. Stuff like that. It's really
Boneworks is
cool.
fun as hell, though.
Boneworks is great. Do you have a VR headset, Alpha?
No, but I consume a lot of VR content. I have at least.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll consume my VR content.
I very well could actually. I can very much see myself doing so.
Because it's a thing of, I might, because the thing is, I might just buy Duck Season because I love Stress Level Zero.
Fair.
And Boneworks is amazing.
King
So-
says they made Duck Season fan art a while ago because they love the vibe. King,
Yeah.
I think you can drop a link to your Instagram in chat since you're a subscriber. Go ahead and give that a go. You guys go check out King. King does a lot of the art that you see around the channel. They did my intermission screen. They did they do a lot of the
General
memes you
art.
find around here.
Didn't they also do the D&D art?
Yep.
Yes, they've done the first like official D&D art, which is amazing.
Which is great as hell.
Yeah.
First official D&D fan art.
When I
Because
figure out how to
someone-
get Nightbot set up, I am gonna give King like his own like command. Like,
Let me tell you, Nightbot is incredibly easy to set up.
well,
Like,
you can help me do it
I-
one of these days.
Yeah, I set it up by myself in maybe like 10, 20 minutes, and that was with commands.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up some commands. I think King's gonna be like exclamation point King me, and it's gonna take you to some of his links. Yeah, copy and paste it. It should let you.
I'll check that out. I need good Instagram content. No, I've been thinking about making a new intermission screen of like, I don't know, of just like basically me. I don't know. I have my Nerf shock, and I might try to do something with that. I don't know.
You've seen mine. You ever think of getting something animated?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Ass King.
Oh, that was a wild palette. Alpha.
Yeah, that was scuffed as hell.
That was wild. But I don't know. Also, the last time, I don't know. I don't know much about animation, so I wouldn't know where to
I
start.
mean, just
where
like
to
an
enter.
image. It's not like a whole like moving animation. It's just mine is just a
Well, it's an
still
with
image.
a glitch effect.
Yeah, it just has it has a little effect of it.
King, your content is great. It's not trash.
Also, did I do the first D&D fan? You did. A lot of
Yeah.
we
the-
get
the-
art, but like not much.
The only other D&D fan art was someone drew a sketch of the Doctor, but this was before the stream.
Yeah, this is my intermission screen, JC.
Yeah.
It's just an
Yeah,
image
I've
with
seen
an
it.
effect over it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's really nice.
It's good. It's a glitch effect that goes into the high contrast and different effects behind it. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. I was thinking about like, I don't know. I'm gonna try something because I have time. I have time tomorrow beforehand to see what I can do. But I don't know. We'll see.
I'm gonna shove this rabbit
Where are you gonna shove it?
in its own ass.
Oh, what the
I'm
fuck?
gonna Ouroboros this rabbit.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
Ouroboros.
Is that what we're talking about? Is Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis, at this time of day, this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes.
Alexa,
I see it.
who was in Paris? Have you seen that art for that?
No.
I was talking with Alpha about the name,
even
my
know how
favorite
the
name of.
conversation
I was drinking at the time, as it always happens that way.
As it always happens.
And I was talking about my favorite name for a song where the song probably isn't the best. And
Yeah.
Alpha says, "Is it about certain people who are in Paris?" And we started talking about it, and he jokingly said, "Hey Alexa, who was in Paris?"
And then it started, yeah, I was there for that. And then
And
Alexa started to go.
This is
It
the
started
art.
to
It's
go
in
off.
Jazz's server under Helminia art.
God, this is a good game for me right now. Honestly, not even gonna lie, this is a really good game for me right now.
Alexa, who was in Paris?
Who was embarrassed?
A brawl is surely brewing.
And then she deadass. She just started naming French people. Like it was just French names,
Nice.
and it was just and like after like 5 or 6 names, she was like, "Would you like me to keep going?" No, I don't want to hear about more French people.
I think it's weird that a lot of us don't have last names.
French people?
No, like Zex doesn't have a last name. Gilgamesh
people?
doesn't have a last name. Rem doesn't have a last name.
I'm glad the joke landed so well with you, Alpha.
It's
I'm glad the joke landed
French
that
people
well.
do have last names. It's in Paris.
Do they?
No, I have to play no, I have to. I got invited to play a D&D game set in England. like Victorian England. So I'm going to be a copper and I'm going to be busting people up.
What are you busting?
Up people up.
Oh, right.
Also, I'll shove my billy club up your butt.
Mm.
I asked specifically if I could play an Irish person because I feel like my British accent is piss poor.
Rich, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stop. Do not get lost. Yeah, GG's to you as well. Y'all actually played that really well.
Ooh.
Ooh. Sorry, I'll stop now.
But yeah.
This match will get
Ooh,
red
ooh,
hot.
oh, whoa. What's
Now
this?
go.
I shitted the bed.
I'm sorry, I shit, Daddy.
Sorry,
I don't
shitted.
play Survivor.
Oh, wait, what's happening, Mike? What the fuck? You don't play Survivor? Honestly, I feel that.
I only play it when I'm playing with others.
Yeah, me too. I just, when I'm playing DVD by myself, I just play Killer. Because, Killer main. Killer's just better.
Killer's fun.
I want to know when I transitioned from a spirit main to a clown main. And why did it happen?
And why?
I like to play Trickster a lot. I like Trickster a lot. I like Nemesis a lot.
Trickster's really fun. My problem with Nemesis is the it's weird because for at least what I found is when you go to hit with his tentacle, there's a slight frame where you can move after you've hit the
Yep.
after you've gone to hit. There's a slight frame where you can move, and I miss almost every one of my shots because I'm subconsciously moving my mouse. It's like when Billy off the first few seconds of his chainsaw can hit crazy curves. It's just something like that. Terrible.
I just played the game.
Good day for a swell battle.
Awesome. Yeah.
Can you go over here?
No.
Yeah, you can't exist behind him. That'd be nice. I'd love if I could cheat the system, like the system cheated me.
Oh God.
System's fair. Remember that interview is the Dark Souls of platformers.
Good day for a swell battle. You're
I've played Dark Souls. I got through Dark Souls easier than this. At least in Dark Souls, you could phone a friend.
True.
You can phone a friend in this game too.
You could.
You're playing Mugman, but you can have a Cuphead to your Mugman.
The thing is that unless you're they're right next to you, I think the Steam remote play is gonna be ass.
True. You know what? No, let me remote play this shit for you. I could totally do it.
Do you
I'd
want?
beat the
Do you
game.
want to try?
No, it would probably go so poorly. Well, you also don't use pea sugar.
No, I mean do you want to
Problem.
play as Cuphead in the 2-player?
Oh shit, I feel like that would also go terribly.
It would be funny though.
Yeah, it'd be funny as hell. It'd be great content, but it would go so poorly. It would be a lot of yelling.
How Cuphead is.
Parry me! I can't! He's covered in bees!
Just fucking parry me.
Starts singing fireworks because he's stressed out.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Never
It's
mind.
on.
You're doing your best, sweetheart. Go on, try again.
They're really not.
I hope everyone knows that Moist Critical is live right now.
Okay.
That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
I don't know.
He's just chatting. Here, I'll
Yeah,
open
he
his
is.
stream. I'll see what he's talking
I don't
about.
know what
Okay.
I don't see the appeal. Is it what's the appeal?
I don't know.
What do
I
they
just thought
do?
Everybody should know.
A brawl is surely brewing.
No, you follow them. What do they do?
They talk.
I find their content to be really funny. I find them quite funny.
Do you think my content's funny?
Yes.
Mhm.
Most all of the time. Yeah.
Moist Critical is what I feel like if, I'd become.
You become so
It's just-
jaded after a point, you start making these jokes.
I'd just be like a guy that just talks in a really monotone joke.
Well, yeah, he is the peak of. He's just the peak of YouTube because he
Yeah,
can
'cause
literally go and sit down in front of his computer and make a video about anything he wants to, about literally and say any shit, and people will just give him views.
Well,
it just
because
doesn't matter.
right now he's saying he should make a BTS song.
Yeah, that's so it's weird as fuck, but people love it. I love it. I think it's amazing. This man wears the same thing in every single video. I could not appreciate it more.
He wants to make a K-pop song that involves glory holes.
I can imagine it's like glory, ori, 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 oh! I already got it. Tell him hit me up. I'm ready.
Honestly, yeah.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin!
And I hang out with a lot of people that partake in the devil's lettuce, right?
Okay.
And the thing is that the joke is I'm a sober man with very high thoughts.
I see it.
So I sit in a group with people that are fucking stoned out of their mind, and I keep up with the conversation. I run the conversation. I do that in a lot of my social circles because I don't know. Maybe it's me coping for my shit personality. Maybe it's that people rely on me to entertain them. At the end of the day, when it comes to terrible thoughts and terrible ideas, I'm the one to beat.
Just the one. This is true. We have had conversations about fish and sheep, and I know you know exactly
Yeah, you're
what I'm talking about.
wild.
Yes.
Like, I've had weirder conversations with people, but like, it's impressive how constant we can have weird conversations.
Are you dissatisfied with your service here?
It's a recurring instance.
Are
and
you
it's amazing.
dissatisfied?
No.
It's the fact that it's so it's so consistent.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I love it so much.
It's like a thing of like, yeah, every once in a while, all of my friends throw out some weird stuff.
It's
There's-
like,
there's
with
King's
hell,
Instagram.
it's every time.
Real high-class bout.
Sometimes they throw, then like someday Hell wakes you up like, hey, how big do you think Sukuna's dick is?
Yeah.
Like the first thing
you think this
Sukuna
man
said is,
packing
"Where are the
big
women?"
man meat? You think he packing the big man meat, or do you think he's just compensating?
Well, the thing is that it's Itadori's man meat, and the other thing is I've seen it.
Do you not think it grows with transformation?
Nothing else does. Do I think
don't
he
know
could
that.
use cursed energy to make it bigger? Yeah.
Probably.
He uses it to regrow limbs. I don't see why it
It's
wouldn't work.
It's the same idea. He's just regrowing it while it's already there.
I mean, if that's the case, I need to become a Jujutsu sorcerer immediately. Why did you become a Jujutsu sorcerer? I wanted to protect the people. Bigger dick, protect the people.
Those Memento Mori shoes are awesome.
Oh my god.
You okay there? What's up?
I took a drink of water at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, when I'm with my companions, they specifically, like, when they're drinking or taking a rip from the bong, I have to stop talking. Because they never know what's gonna happen.
Why'd you become a Jujutsu sorcerer? You know.
Oh my god, I don't know if either of you are into this, but both of you watch anime.
This is true.
I accidentally finished Naruto.
Wait.
Put more water in your bitch than Neji death.
Accidentally?
Yeah, I-
we take a test.
Shut the fuck up. It's just like it was something that I put on for like background music because I don't like any of the main characters in Naruto.
You don't
Here's
like
a real high-class bout.
their teacher?
Gagute.
Is he a main character?
The teacher
Doesn't
technically
feel-
counts as a main character, right?
It's not.
Gagute.
Like the first couple episodes.
Gagute.
Yeah, 6 out of how many episodes?
No, I mean like the first 300.
No, he was barely around. After
White Fang is what they call him.
White Fang.
Kashi, man with the mask.
He's called the copy guy.
Look,
The
It's not called
copy
White
guy.
Fang.
The guy.
Yeah,
he's the guy who does the copy.
I don't know.
the copy?
I'm like a legitimate fan of like the guy who does Gaara, like the voice actor for him. He's a legitimately like really cool person. But I knew him before I knew he was Gaara. Like I knew about him before Gaara, so I don't think that counts. But no, I was just watching it in like, or I guess listening to it more than watching it in the background. And then all of a sudden, it stopped playing, like, last night. And I was just like, damn, I really just sidelined an entire anime.
And do you know anything that went on?
I know that all the main characters were fucking boring.
Interesting. See, there's a very, say, distinct reason that I won't watch Naruto or Boruto or any of it.
Is it because of Gakuge?
No, it's because it doesn't look interesting, and from what I've heard, all of the characters are just boring, and it's a lot of filler.
See, it's interesting because the interesting characters are the side characters.
Yeah, which is terrible.
So, well, it's funny because like almost every single side character is very interesting.
But one wouldn't your bitch the Neji death.
Like Bug Boy, shut the fuck up. I just forgot about that. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna mute you.
You're in my stream! I'm live! I invited you here!
Invited you.
Just because you're emotionally... I'm emotionally... You fucking finish your story, and then I'll tell you an anime moment that emotionally devastates me.
What?
Will I care? Probably
Where is the conversation gone?
Same place your dad went.
To the store?
Yeah. Store.
Yeah.
Patricia's house, all the fucking same.
No, oh god, no, oh no, oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no, who the fuck is Trish?
A whole different meaning of patty cake, I know. That's what he signed her name as on the divorce papers.
It's Patty. What the fuck? That's it. I'm never coming back.
You didn't either.
So,
Oh, god damn it.
there's no escape. So I take you to Sasamaru in there? Of course I did. I looked through it. Those were my first time doing shoe commissions. Yeah. Those are some good ones. I liked it. But I don't know. I watched like the first couple episodes of like the next thing because I was like, well, there's a whole other like Naruto show. The other show is actually good.
Boruto?
No,
Shippuden?
Shippuden thing. That's actually good. I think I know why. Because it did like the Clone Wars thing, where like season 1 and 2 were meant for like little kids. Except with Naruto, it was 9 seasons.
Oh.
But apparently, like the Shippuden show has like 12 seasons or something. But it's like meant for like older people apparently.
That is good.
So I'm okay with it. It's just honestly, I'd say just watch because it's okay. It's an okay show, but like you'll just have no context for who any of the people are. And the show,
great, mind you.
yeah. Well, and the thing is the young like the kid friendly show, the more kid friendly show, actually had a couple of moments where I was like, oh, this is good. Like where one of the characters just, I thought like he just breaks the guy's arms, but how they frame it in the show, like in the heat of the moment, it looks like he just tears the guy's arms off.
Oh shit.
And I was just like, yeah, that's what I said. It's like, what? It's like, oh shit. Oh shit. And then it shows that he just broke the guy's arms.
And then you just get disappointed.
And then I was like, damn. But that was wild. Another thing that is wild is that it's like another one of those, like, the common pitfall of like Japanese shows is like they look like they're they look like they're old, and then they're like, oh yeah, these characters are like 12.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and like they're like 14 in Naruto, but that's still pretty bad.
Well, you just take a look at literally any of the main JoJo's from JoJo. Like, it's bad, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
but I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, they do way too much jokes about like them in their underwear. It's like, yeah, it's like the biggest pitfall of Japanese shows.
yeah, it can be.
And then you remember that it's like age of consent, pan
And then you
problems.
remember, oh fuck.
Well, okay, so here's the thing about the age of consent. That's it on a national scale, I think? No, I think it's that way in one particular prefecture. Everything else, like, it goes prefecture by prefecture. So, I think it's mostly 16 in a lot of places. It's not like, oh, 13, blah, 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 blah. Culturally, it's the 16, 18 area.
Yeah. Hi, Onion. Welcome in.
Maybe it's my Americano conditioning, but it's like anything under 18 is just icky.
It is Western sensibilities.
Good game
Yeah.
for 12
But it's because, like, that's what you've always been told is the thing. It's like, that's what you just believe is right.
Well, you were told 18 because that's the international law on pornography.
Yeah.
No one
it's
under the age of 18 in any country, in any capacity, can
I
be
had, like,
portrayed that
I
way.
had like a wild thing that happened to me in high school. It's like the second I turned 18, I was like almost filled by like a sense of disgust of people younger than me acting sexually. It was weird. It was so wild because like I was like when I was 17 and like we had like a dance squad. And it was just girls like dancing for the gym during like games and stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is fine. The second I attended one after I turned 18, I was like, oh my God, what are they doing?
It's because
And
you
it's
have
just
different
horrendous.
sensibilities.
It was wild. So, I'll never understand it, but that's okay because
Here's a real high-class bout.
I believe something's not okay and other people do, and that's how you have to live sometimes.
Very true.
I think 16 is fine when you're within 4 years of it.
I do not think a 16-year-old should be dating a 20-year-old.
Well, you don't see it happen very often, but you know, I think it's okay.
Speaking as someone that's seen it happen, it's weird.
Of course, it's weird to see, but as far as like a maturity level, it's not. It can be
Like-
very far, but it's not like the farthest.
This man was. I've seen worse.
Yeah,
I've seen a.
but what I'm saying is that it's like, oh, I'm a sophomore, they're a senior. Or like I'm a. It's.
Well, the worst I've ever seen was a guy who graduated
Here's a real
who was dating a freshman, and it was like
She
because
became
he
a
was, like,
freshman post graduation.
and it was I don't know the exact situation because I have no contact with the guy. And it was something like he was 17 right as they started dating and turned 18 just after.
And
'Cause he
she
on the
was
younger half of the class. I
14?
don't know. I just know that it was. She must have been because it was like 14 and 18 when everyone like saw it and knew about it, which I think is just bad.
It
Yeah,
feels
like
weird, but you wouldn't say 17 and 14 is weird.
I would. I'd say more than 2 years difference during high school age is weird.
I mean, yeah, when you're younger, it's a very. I'd like to see your art when you're done with the king. When you're younger, it's a whole huge difference.
Yeah,
I
you
think when
can't-
you're
you can't
older-
generalize something like that.
I think when you're older, like 6 years in any direction is kind of like my limit.
As
Yeah,
you
I
get
think-
older, it gets more because.
Not even. I think
like
if you're 30 and you're with
generally
someone that's
female-
40, I think it's weird.
Yes.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm like talking like generally most humans by the average of like 25 is the high point of like when you're done. Is when you're done with like mentally aging, and so it's just you just need to wait. Generally,
I mean,
think-
in a
especially in younger years,
In-
like it's good to like maybe think about it during middle school and high school, but it's generally is for people to get used to like breakups.
I'm of the belief that, you know, when you're in high school, you can date anyone that's also in the high school. A senior to a freshman is very weird, but I don't think you're doing anything inherently, or inherently is not the word. I don't think you're doing anything legally wrong.
Legally, no.
Morally, very
yes.
questionable.
Yeah.
Morally, I would say it's wrong.
I didn't do any dating or anything like that. Do I believe that the you know, some people are mature for their age? I do, but most people that use they're the mature for their age do it for negative purposes. From what I've seen, the only people that are mature for their age are people that are like traumatized and had to grow up emotionally in some way, shape, or form quicker than they had to because of the trauma. It's not like
you have to be traumatized to be mature.
No,
Your age.
to be mature, yeah, to be mature for your age, there's no reason for someone to mature emotionally and mentally beyond their years unless it comes from a negative place.
A great slam and then
Oh no.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the only way because it very well could just happen of that's kind of how it goes.
I mean, if you're like an
I
older
think-
sibling and you're babysitting your younger ones,
I mean, yeah, like it's a thing of in generally like
Yeah.
fucking
That's
like
not necessarily
9.8 out
comes
of
from
10
traumatic
cases, you
experiences.
know, it's true.
Yeah, but like, if you're older and you're babysitting your younger siblings, that doesn't necessarily come from like a traumatic.
but that's not
state.
gonna
Sending you all on a trip to the Philippines.
that's not gonna
Okay.
put you in the place where people are like, oh, you're so mature. Like, do I know what responsibility and independence is? Yes. Do I understand the concepts you're talking to me about when you talk about certain other things? No. I think if you mature more for your age, it's never for a good reason. It will never be for a good reason. You will never outgrow your years for a good reason.
this match will get red hot. Here goes.
I think
It
you
doesn't
and I
have
just
to
have
be
different opinions
trauma.
of what mature beyond
It-
your years.
Well,
means.
it could come from responsibility. It could come from trauma. But, like, is that a good reason? Do you think that responsibility is good for younger people? No. Yes and no. Like, it depends on what you mean when you say responsibility. I'm talking to the point where someone older than you by about 4 years says, hey, I resonate with you on a personal level. Either someone didn't grow or someone grew too quickly. And it's usually a little bit mix of the both.
I think I don't know. It's a thing of everyone grows up at different pace. Some people outpace others.
But think about why they do that.
Some people are naturally more mature than others too.
What do you mean when you say naturally? What would naturally make them more mature?
As in, they want to and they take on more responsibility. There's a nature versus nurture thing, and some people, when confronted by similar things, some, because of their nature, will become more responsible because of their situation, and that is the nurturing part. Other people will collapse and become completely dependent. It's a thing. It's a mixture of both. It's not just the situations. It's also the people that we are.
I'm saying in the context of someone older than you saying they're mature in a dating prospect, it does not come from a nature standpoint.
Okay, dating prospect was not the angle I was coming for at all. I'm just saying its maturity comes.
Some people
general.
naturally want to become mature faster. Like, I want to be an adult as quick as I can, and they want to learn independence and
Most people
things
want
like that.
yeah.
I didn't want to be an adult, I wanted to be respected. And that comes from just the environment I grew up in. Where, you know, being an adult and being respected were synonymous. And other people don't live like that. They don't live in environments where, like, your parents respect you as an individual even though you're not an adult. I didn't have that. I wasn't respected as an individual until I reached adulthood, and that's the case for a lot of people. But I didn't want to be an adult. I didn't want to be grown. I didn't want to do all sorts of things. I just wanted to have my opinion taken into consideration. I wanted to make choices about myself and where I was going for myself because I knew I'd be the one that had to deal with the consequences of those decisions.
Oh, it's a thing of we also believe our our relative things we believe because of how you've grown up as well. So it's a bit of a I don't know if there's a good way to completely define it. There's also just not a generally correct way to define it. So
Look, at the end of the
way.
day, you shouldn't be dating someone outside of that 2 years that we spoke about. And then when you graduate, like, you shouldn't be dating someone that isn't going to graduate the following year. That's how I feel about it. If you graduate, the person you're dating should graduate the next year. So, like, oh, I graduated in I don't want to say 2018. My partner graduated in 2019. Is what it should be. You know, that they came after me. Like, it shouldn't be that far. I didn't know them, but I heard of, like, seniors dating freshmen. And I don't know, in some ways I guess they saw it as like some part of conquest. I personally don't see what you gain by dealing with someone younger than you.
It's a genuine thing because it's like a stereotype in high school of people that couldn't get a girlfriend during their younger years of high school. Now that they have the genuine, like, there's just a genuine, like, thing that there's a genuine, like, respect that comes from the lower classmen as being a senior, and some people use that to throw around their weight so that they can, and it makes them feel better.
I've seen it, it's just, I think that's gross.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alpha, I think you had a bot in your stream.
I did. We got it taken care of. I have good bots. Oh shit.
Ooh, I'm watching this game of Minions. It's a wild streak right now. Got it, yeah. Without a single other mini boss.
A quick comment for the whole mature thing. As someone who has been told numerous times in my past that I'm very mature for my age, you never really know how to take that.
I was told the same thing in my youth. It's like, you're mature for your age, you're beyond your years. It's because I'm fucking traumatized.
I can't tell if it's a compliment or if it's of, oh, you seem to grow up really fast. It's a very nebulous thing.
Yeah, it's a thing of Oh no, I think it comes from the kind of people that we are. We're all kind of similar, but in different veins, and I think we've come from different ends of that. Oh, you're mature for your age spectrum, because Home comes from one end where they're like, yeah, it's because I'm traumatized. I come from the other side of the spectrum where it's like, yeah, it's because I work for it, and this is what I try to be, and I push myself as a very confident, intellectual type of person. And you're in the middle where you're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
honestly
just
couldn't tell you.
It's three prongs of the trident of maturity.
I do want to say, first and foremost, that I appreciate you calling it a spectrum and not a ladder. of
Why would it be a ladder?
because some people assume that people that have like been traumatized by their experiences. I wouldn't say I've been traumatized, but that's
Just call it yourself traumatized.
I say that because there's no better word for it. There's
I mean,
no better
you
word to
could
use
say
for it.
you've been
That's
through
fair.
trauma, but saying traumatized is essentially the same.
The maturity comes from trauma, or going through experiences that you wouldn't want other people to go through, or seeing things that at your particular standpoint in life you shouldn't have seen. There's no other word I think that you could use outside of traumatized in this moment. You could use I don't know, ripened or something like that, but traumatized is a good way to put it. It doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, I'm afraid of this or that, and I guess that comes from the inherent weakness that we get when we hear the word traumatized, you know, which, you know, it's a whole thing. But a lot of people are like, oh, people that grow up because they have to and not because they want to are lesser than people that grow up because they want to and not because they have to. Like I can even tell you the trauma. The reason I grew up quicker than I had to is primarily because the depression came very early. Like it's a very big thing when it comes to like gifted children, you know? Like children that are particularly intelligent in their youth end up becoming depressed and burnt out later because, you know, in some aspects the expectations are higher so early. It's also partially because there's no real proper advanced classes and things of that nature. And it's also in part because they think that it's gifted, but it's really just, you know, I took this easier than others and I should go slightly quicker, but not as quick as you're taking me. And then there's the thing of being like neuroatypical, different than the norm, you know? So it all cocktails together, and my depression started very early. I mean, how early would you consider early for depression?
I'd say before middle school.
I'm thinking of throwing myself under car tires at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's generally early.
yeah, so it starts early, and then it cocktails with nature. It's, you know, I'm not a very sociable person. The only reason people like to be around me, and you as I got older, I started to realize the reason that you like to lead social interactions is because A, you don't like others to lead social interactions, and B, if you lead the social interaction, you set the precedent for them, and you can do what you like in that environment. You start it, and therefore no one can check you on it, and you can't be measured because you started the environment. To make a long motherfucking story short, bag of jelly beans. No, it's. I mean, it's a weird thing when it comes to the nature of maturity. This episode's going to YouTube, by the way, so anyone that's watching this on YouTube, put your opinion in the comments. And people on Twitch, hit me with a what is the Isaac one's the Bible thump, right?
Bible thump, yeah.
Hit me with some Bible thumps if you were a child that just got traumatized by yourself.
Well, let me tell
By
you,
yourself.
That's what I did. I traumatized myself.
I was the gifted kid. Like I did like first through third grade, I did like quote unquote like accelerated classes. Like that was me. I was the gifted kid, always got like amazing grades, you know, whatever. And so I definitely think that had a big part to do with it. Of yeah, look at I'm, you know, so much smarter than everyone else. I know all of this and I'm doing better. And I definitely think that very well could have contributed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Of, you know, they in a way they kind of put you on, like, I even in, you know, the later years of like elementary, they took me and like maybe 4 or 5 other kids from the entire grade for like an hour out of class just to go do like shit, just random shit, is because we were doing so well. And like that boosted my ego so much. And you know, you're right with the burnout, because now I'm like hitting high school and I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. Like I was doing so well and then things took a shit turn, and now I just don't care as much.
I will give you the anecdote on burnout
See-
that I think other people don't get to they don't get to see a lot, and I talk about it so much, and that's in part narcissism and also partially a warning. Is I was the gifted kid. I did great, you know, in my youth, and then I maintained like a middle 3-point ish ground and things of that nature during high school, and then starting between like the tail end of sophomore year and like all of junior year, I hit a massive depressive spike, and that could be just a me thing. It doesn't have to be like a gifted thing, but it was a me thing, and I couldn't perform as well as I used to because I had no interest because I thought I was going to die. I legitimately thought that I was going to die, and B is that depending how you deal with your depression, you could go this way or that way. I retreated into myself a lot during that time. My junior year, I missed 90 days of school. That's 3 months out of how long are we in school?
Like 9.
I was
That's
gone
about a
for a
third of the
third
year.
of it, and I was going to school, and I was keeping my grades at the lowest end of the average. Like I wasn't failing, but I was getting like C's, 1B, and like D's and shit, right? And the school system, I come from an impoverished area more or less, so they didn't really give a fuck as long as you were making it through. So I never got like a truancy officer. I never got this. I never got that. I still took all my honors classes. I still took my advanced placement. I did all that. And then like the college things stopped coming in. I stopped getting we have an offer. I stopped getting we have an offer. I stopped getting we have an offer. And as it slowed down, I too also thought like what's the point? What's the point? And I just like pulled back a lot, and I don't know. It's a thing with, it's not even with me. It's just a lot of things that happen with depressed individuals. No matter what happens to cause or forms that depression, is that if they make it longer than 2 years, they don't really have any bearing on where they're going or what they're doing because they didn't think they would make it to that point. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys discuss. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, teacher. I don't know. It's from different it's from different terms of it. I'm able to I look at it all in like a very I mask it all in irony. It's all drenched in irony. It's spicy feelings. And how I generally move past anything is I go, this is stupid, and I'm gonna forget about it. And my mind is able to do that, and I'm very lucky for my mind to be able to do that.
Mhm.
But it's a very I have a very strong force of will,
Mhm.
and I live for being like that. So I've always gotten that way to get around everything. Do you feel spicy every once in a while, Alpha? Or are you
I feel-
perpetually spicy like Helminia?
I just came back to, are you perpetually spicy? What the fuck are you
Which-
saying about me?
It's a very good question.
It's a good analogy.
What's the
Yeah.
question here?
I said, are you occasionally plagued by spicy feelings like me, or are you perpetually spicy like Helminia?
You
It's-
consider me perpetually spicy?
I feel like you've considered yourself perpetually spicy.
For better or for worse, I do like to consider myself as someone that has gone through things, goes through things,
Mhm.
wants to share things, wants to know what you're going through. I like to
Mhm.
experience other people's things in some
Well,
capacity.
it's I want to hear Alpha's answer first, but I can tell you what I'll tell you what I said after Alpha because I don't want
I do want to hear
to
Alpha's
Alpha to
answer.
lose track.
I mean, I do generally consider, like, as much as I'd hate to admit it, I do hit spicy feelings quite often, but I react in different ways, kind of depending. A lot of the times it is kind of what you said, JC, of just like using just sheer willpower and just like kind of getting through it and saying whatever. But it also hits times of like, damn, that really just happened, and then I like sit with that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's a very interesting thing.
gotcha. And for context, Helminia, what I said is, um, generally it's something that happens, and of course it's something that happens because it being sad is part of the limbo of being happy. You can't feel one without the other. But I rely on my force of like my general force of will, which I do consider to be quite strong, of just going, damn, that's fucking stupid. Let's not do that anymore. And I'm very lucky to be able to do that because I realize that people aren't able to do that. Like, it's not a it's a generally I consider it a generally unique thing that I do. I can generally just force stuff like that from my mind. And so I was seeing where Alpha was in the section of that because it's a thing of, for lack of a better term, it seems to have come from you of being like plagued by it. But for me, it hits and then I bitch slap it, for a better word, and then it goes away and then it comes back. It's like that guy with an alligator, where like the alligator's slowly rising out of the water, and then he just smacks it, and then it goes back down to the water, and then it keeps coming out of the water, and he keeps smacking it. It's like that.
So the thing about it for me is that I reached a point where, you know, how do you deal with feeling bad? You push it off, right?
Hmm.
How often do you genuinely think you could smack back that alligator before you got tired?
Well, generally you smack about. It's a thing of that's smacking it back's not the unique thing. It's genuinely having it like the alligator's just gone. You smack about it enough. You say you're a bitch, get out of here, and it leaves. And I think that's the unique part about myself.
The thing that I experience is that you say the alligator no longer exists, right?
Brawl is surely brewing.
Yeah.
You reach a point where you like it's I leave the room with the alligator.
Hmm.
Does that mean that things are better? No. It means you've entered a zone of which the alligator doesn't exist. But for this particular analogy, the only place you can exist is within the realms of which the alligator also
Here's
existed.
a real high-class bout.
So if you leave the realm in which the alligator also existed, you reach a point where what is there? And it's a thing that I faced for a long time and still face to this day. Is
Yeah.
that okay? You didn't do this, you didn't do that, this, that, and the third. Do you want to be sad, or do you want to be nothing?
Well,
And-
it's a
And you pick nothing.
well, it's. I think you're thinking of it in a different way, and again, it's that people can decide to feel nothing, and that's not the unique nature. Is you're saying I'm creating a room without the alligator?
No,
I'm
you're removing the alligator from the room.
Yeah, I'm beating
Is
the
what?
fuck out of it.
Yeah, you're removing the alligator from the room. But there are situations in which the alligator cannot be removed from the room.
And it's a thing of that hasn't happened to me yet, and that's why I think I'm fortunate.
Yeah,
It's King said it's also to the degree of how powerful the alligator is. I have not found an alligator that I couldn't whoop its ass.
Well, and I know, like, for me at least, it's a thing of you know, the alligator comes, you hit it, and you're like, okay, whatever. But then it comes back with a friend. It comes back with more. And then you're like, oh, well, fuck, okay, I'll get rid of both of them. And then you get rid of both of them, and it's fine. And now there's 4 of them. And you're like, wait, but I just dealt with 2, why is there 4? And then it keeps evolving until you do not have enough time to get rid of all of them.
And see, that's another thing that's just like that experience. It's something that has never happened to me. Don't worry, I'm sure at some point, if my will ever breaks, you guys will know, because I'm like, damn guys, I suck, and that will be it. I'll be listening to Thank You by Diode. I literally told Helminia that, like, if at one point I'm in the Discord listening to that song, that's when I reached my breaking point, because they got worried about me one day because I was listening to Logic. And I was just like, no, I just love Logic. I just like it.
Fair.
But if I was like listening to Thank You by Dio, that's the, or Dodo, something like that. It's like that song. It'd be like, yeah, that means I'm messed up.
Well, the thing is that the reason you haven't faced an alligator, and I've never in my life used an alligator as like a form of depression. So congratulations on using an analogy I've never myself personally used.
That's because I just created it.
The reason that you haven't met an alligator that you can't beat is because your brain works the way it's supposed to. Depression can come from going through certain things, but you can never take away the fact that sometimes it just comes because your brain doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. Something, typically genetics, ruins your brain. Not ruins, but it sets you back in a way that you can actually see on brain scans. Like you can look at the brain of a depressed person and the brain of a person that isn't depressed and say, this doesn't look the way it's supposed to.
Well, and it's a thing of, it's still,
you're depressed. Like, you still experience things. Your negative feelings don't. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand either. It's a different topic I'm talking about now, but you can be depressed and not have depression.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Is that's the topic you've moved to? Is depressed is not having depression.
It's like with me. Like, do I have some form of anxiety? Yes. Is it? Ugh! Is it anxiety the way other people experience it? No. Mine comes from a very social aspect, but like I get anxious. I don't have anxiety to the point where I'd be like, oh, this, that, and the third, you know?
Alpha, did you say King's name?
What?
King's saying you said his name.
I don't know.
It's like hitting the alligator in the shadows. That's not a threat because you can't see it and you don't know if it's gone. But if you look away long enough, even for a moment, it can trap you and mangle you when you least expect it. Speaking of alligators, King, I bought later alligator during the sale. Yeah, I'll play it soon.
See, that's the thing though, King, is it's unfortunate of you guys are saying the alligator will come back, is I've never had that. So that's I'm not saying it to be bragging. I'm saying it because
never. Yeah. We'll never say like, oh, you're not depressed, lucky. It's like, you're not depressed, I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, well, it's a thing of like, and you know how many is like I genuinely went through
things
harassment because I wasn't, as what they put it, as unique. I believe you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it into context.
It's perfectly fine. And I know I've said in the past, like, oh, you're standard, or this or that, and it's not
plain
me.
Is your favorite.
It's not me saying that you're plain or you're boring. It's I've said it once in my life. And you know, a lot of people didn't take it the way they did. It said it's like a variety is the spice of life, right? Simplicity is still a spice. The ability to just enjoy what we would consider a normal life is still valid, and still good, and you know, it's a rage against the idea of what's normal, because as times go on, what becomes normal changes. So we go through the whole like, okay, what's normal? Like normal was a straight white man with a wife and 8 kids, and now it's a straight white man with, you know, 2 kids, and we're reaching a point where it's like a straight Asian man with 2 kids and things like that, just because of sample size. And it's not like to discredit you, because like you're still a unique individual. It's just that they want you to be unique in the same way that they're unique. They want you to be unique in the fact that, oh, you're this or you're that or you're that. The things that they deem are unique.
If everyone's unique in one way, then no one's unique anymore.
I mean, everybody's unique in one way, whether it be, you know, a particular mutation that they have in their kidneys that's going to give them kidney failure later on in their life. Like, there's going to be some standards that set apart others from others. Like, even with people that look the same, like, oh, that's your doppelganger, something in some way, shape, or form is going to make them different than you. For better or for worse. King, give me a second to read your message.
I can read it for you.
There's no way to block that down, that downwards card thing.
I can say it. King says, no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that it's more like you can always see the alligator, and no, you can get rid of it, nothing bad or whatever. I was just saying that your alligator is visible, and no shadows to disappear into. Others can only hit it into the dark spots.
I get where King's coming from when he talks about the alligator, yeah.
That's actually a very fair point, because I've had, you know, more serious discussions with closer people around me of like, yeah, I don't really want to do it anymore, but like I know I should. And they're like, oh, but like you have great friends, and you know, you have people that love you. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I had this conversation with you last night.
But this doesn't solve the problem. It's exactly how King puts it. Yeah, they get rid of it and they put it into the shadows. That doesn't mean it's gone. It's still very much there and very prevalent. It's just I can't see it right now.
It's a thing of, if you want to, we're really gonna dig deep into this alligator metaphor I made in the spur of the moment.
It works. I mean, it's
I'm
working.
So glad.
And
I'm so glad that it works so well. But it's like the size of the alligator is just how big of an issue it is and how much it affects you, and then what you're using to bat it back is how strong your will is to fight it. And it's a thing of, some people's will is only enough to push it a few feet away. Other people, like me, who are fortunate, are able to bring a shotgun with a 1-ounce slug to it and just completely blow it away.
Well, here's the thing. When you say you have this, for me, the way I see it is that, you know, we both have willpower. We both have our own. The difference isn't that our willpower is different. It's that your alligator is, you know, this size and mine is bigger. And we're both using the same toolkit to deal with an alligator. Like, we're both using the same size toolkit, but why are you using that one when mine is so much bigger, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a thing of like, it's all situational. No two alligators will be the same, and that's fair.
And I think, since you're talking about alligators, I do want to say the fact that you use an alligator really ties within the idea that, you know, you...
Good for you. That was...
We're talking about depression at the moment. It's like, they say don't compare your misery to others because everybody's miserable, right? Yeah. And when you say this, like, I'm fucking baffled that 5 minutes is still the gold time on this. Is that, you know, for, like, no matter the size of the alligator that you're facing, it's still an alligator. it will always be a form of danger. And it's the thing of like, oh, I'm depressed because this, or I feel this way because of this, or this, that. Like, just because yours is bigger doesn't make mine smaller. Or just because mine is bigger doesn't make yours smaller. Like, just because you're like, oh, I can fend back my depressed feeling. Like, you don't have depression is what you're saying. Like, you just experience depressed feelings. And then other people that have depression is that the alligator is chronic. It comes back, it just tucks itself away, and it waits. And then yours is like, yep, I pushed mine away, I'm well and good. And you're like, I'm fortunate to not be that way. And, you know, I wouldn't call it fortunate, I'm saying I'm happy. And there's a whole bunch of things that tie into it. At the end of the day, when everything's said and done, an alligator is an alligator, depression is depression, being sad is being sad in any capacity. And invalidating other people's opinions invalidating other people's experience to make your experiences feel smaller so you can deal with them is a dick move. And it makes you a baby back bitch. I have to fight the devil. We're talking about depression and I have to fight the devil.
You're on the last one. Good job.
It's a fucking nightmare. And Alpha, we were talking about how people say that you're mature for your age. I had a lot too. I'm someone that thought you were mature for your age. I've sat here and got to know you on an individual level. In the aspect of me getting to know you on a personal level, beyond just, oh, you're mature for your age, is that it's so surface level. The idea of someone being more mature is so surface level, because I'm like, oh, Alpha's really mature, and then you'll say things like, I'm not gonna say any things you say because they're private.
Alexa, who's in Paris?
No,
say things like that.
Not even Alexa, who's in Paris, because I find that funny, and I know everybody finds Alexa, who's in Paris, funny.
It was funny.
I'm not gonna bring up anything that Alpha spoke with me about unless he says I can bring up the particular thing I'm thinking about.
I don't even know if I know what you're thinking about.
It's when we were talking about why you like Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha told me once that they like characters that are overpowered, and I feel like, to me, that's not a mature thing. Like, that's a thing that comes from Alpha's particular age range and things of that nature, and other things as we go. Like, me and Jazz have spoken about, like, oh, we should tell Alpha about this. What's Alpha gonna say? Oh, that's okay. It is what it is. Like, that's a thing that comes specifically because they're their actual age. I think the term "you're mature for your age" is a very surface level, like, very surface, first meeting, second meeting, like, this is who I'm portraying to you subconsciously kind of thing. Ooh.
Well, and it's also, I don't even know why you guys thought this. Maybe it's because of the way I conduct myself.
Your voice was deep, and you acted a part of the people that we would, like, if I put you in a group of your peers, do you think that I could pick you out from your peers?
Probably not.
Probably not. See, that's the thing. Is it, I think you're mature for your age, or is it because I'm out of touch of what your age is supposed to be compared to what people were like at my age that you are now?
Not even. I think it's because I do quite an exceptional job, I'd like to think at least, of putting myself in a similar spot as others around me when I need to. It's not that you wouldn't know what it looks like, it's that I know what it is like, and I can put myself into that position to just blend in well. And that's something that I've done over many years of, you know, X, Y, and Z people act this way, and I know how they act, so I can also act this way.
Also, sometimes what you give off is a front too. Sometimes you can act different, unless you sometimes, depending on the person, are not really different. You know, just lock up free parts of your spirit. You know, it's a thing that, you know, I'm dealing with more and more. Is like the people around me are talking about, you know, how I portray myself. Like JC brings it up. He's like, you're very loud and you command a situation. And he says that's not a negative thing, you know? I perceive it as a negative thing. Basically, what he's telling me is that I overwhelm and take over situations and that he doesn't like it. I perceive it as that I overspeak him. I'm doing it right now, in this moment, right now. I'm doing the thing that he's brought up to me that I do. That I think that he considers a negative trait. And it's being a person is a fucking nightmare, man.
It's true.
Dealing with the ego and
Oh yeah.
I think it's the odd or the id or something like that. With like the subconscious mind.
It's the id.
Oh, the id, yeah.
It's the id.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Well, I don't know. It's wild, and people will be people, and the thing is, it's not about getting rid of what is perceived as negative traits. It's about being comfortable with them and knowing when is how to control them and how to use them, because they still are a part of your person, whether they are negative or positive. But it's to decide whether you truly believe, because at the end of the day, no matter who says what about you, whether they say it's a negative trait or a positive trait, it's up to you to decide. No? Because it's a thing of every negative trait could be used for a positive reason.
I'm gonna need you to check the meme kingdom.
Oh. Thanks, Freud.
Read the background parts.
What the fuck
I know.
is this? What the
It's all the mommy GFs, yeah.
What the fuck is what the fuck what the
See, the thing is,
what the fuck?
I'm Freud would hate me.
As time goes on, Freud's being discredited in certain ways.
Freud was always discredited.
I mean,
No
in
one
some
likes
ways,
Freud.
yes. Well, people don't like Freud socially because of particular reasons, and people don't like Freud because of other reasons. I was in a conversation with someone the other day, and this is gonna feel super weird. I brought it up, like, does Ash Ketchum fuck?
I remember this conversation.
And
Yeah, I remember it.
we got into a conversation of, is it a matter of does he or does he have the ability?
Everyone has the ability to, but
No, well, the thing is, it's because of their age, and then it became a conversation of, you know, CHILD sexuality. I'm gonna say it that way so the Google fucking deep mind doesn't catch me. And it became a whole conversation with, are sexual feelings a hormonal, physical thing, or a social, psychological thing that we learn? Like, what makes
a bit of
arousal? It's a bit of both. We say that, but what is the catalyst? What is the first step in arousal? Is it hormonal or is it what we learn? I'm gonna go talk to the devil really quick. I'm gonna pour another drink
I think
really quick. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think it's hormonal. I would argue that's hormonal because before the hormones start slotting into place, things that are overtly sexual just don't go into your mind. So
See, I think it's psychological. I think we learn what is sexually appealing from the people around us. And
I mean,
that's
but
why
I
this
think-
that's why this argument has been going on for years, because we don't know.
I think it's a thing of I think JC is right in a way. Is they coincide with each other.
Of course, I think so too.
As you grow up and more hormones are being produced, I'm not gonna say that those conversations are technically, like, quote unquote more acceptable, but they come up more often. And so it's as you develop more of those hormones, you realize more and more things societally. And so then you develop different things.
Okay, here's what I see. So the way it's a mix of both. I think I think the base level of sexual feeling can come. It's a hormonal thing. It's when it becomes targeted that we have a different. Thank you, Ella Carter 231 for the follow. Welcome to the Hellions. I'm sorry that we're talking about sexual theory.
I mean, they wouldn't have followed if they didn't like it. So.
It's a thing of I mean, there's the argument: is sexuality a nature or a nurture thing? I think it's a nature thing. Do you like men or do you like women? Is that a nature thing or a nurture thing? And it's hard to pick it. I think it's a nature thing. Do I think it depends on where you think nature starts.
It's a thing because nature versus nurture has always been a conversation of who, like, which. It's never which one is the only one. It's always which one's more in the situation. It is completely juvenile to think one is the only.
No, there will never be an only.
Real life isn't black and white.
No, never. There will always be, like, some aspects are of nature and others are of nurture. And as time goes on, the things that we learn through nurture reach a point where we can't even decide if it's nature or nurture.
It's just what happens.
But with sexuality, it's a whole big thing. Like, are you born liking the gender that you like? And once again, I'm gonna have to say, I think it's a yes or a no. It's a yes and a no, because, like, you'll have people that are raised with two, like, heteronormative parents and come out, you know, a homosexual, or you have two, like, a person raised by two homosexual parents that come out heterosexual. So it's difficult to reach it. I do think it's like a nature thing, and then the nurture fosters it, because you'll see situations where people like the same sex and their nurture rails so heavily against it. Like, you'll have no experience with it, and then you have that one experience, and then you're like, wait a minute, what? You know?
And that's a thing that I kind of hold back from talking about, because I don't have that experience. That's not something it's like I can comment on it, but I can't really.
Are you saying that because you're a heterosexual man?
Well, because I'm a heterosexual doesn't mean I can't comment on it. You can comment on anything. But it's the thing of there isn't much in my mind that I can add to the conversation.
I mean, you can say that, you know. Have you never had a doubt in your mind about what you're attracted to? You've never had a single doubt?
Nope. I've never even, like, I don't even have those moments of, like, you know how, like
the kiss your homies joke?
Well, it's like I've made that joke. You've heard me make the joke. But it's a thing of, like,
I love how we're talking about sexual theory over the casino theme of Cuphead, and this is going to YouTube, so.
Well, and Alpha's just stabbing people, so that's good. But
I've
it's
stopped
a thing
playing
of, like,
for a second.
you know the general thing of, like, where guys are like, I'm not gay, but this celebrity, like that. I don't have that. I've never seen a guy that I'm like, he's attractive enough that if I were. I've never had that situation with anyone.
And the thing is, you couldn't even pin that on the nurture thing, because I feel like if you were, well, I don't know what your environment is like. If you were, would your parents, like, do something to punish you?
Well, my sister is not straight, so I doubt it.
Yeah, but, like, there's a difference.
Well, she's never met any repercussions.
Well, and I think that's a big thing about it too, of, you know, nurture versus nature is, you know, as of, I guess, how you're brought up,
just to give
where, you know, where you live, what's technically, like, socially acceptable of where you are. in my mind, can have an impact on it.
Give me one
Of
moment.
course.
Well, well, well. Look how far you've come. Not only did you bust up my good-for-nothing lackey, King Dice, but I
Racist.
see you've got my soul contracts. As agreed. Hand them over and join my team. No. Welching on me just like all the others, eh? I'll teach you for backing out of a deal. Have at you. King says males do hold a different level, though, in that stance. Continue discussion.
Well, I think it's dependent because
Ooh.
generally, I'm not gonna say with like, at least in my experience with guys, they kind of trust. Like, there's more trust in guys when they say it. With girls, there's a bit more of a doubt because you've heard of the term lug, right?
What's the term?
Lug, L-U-G.
No.
Okay, lug is a term that is defined as lesbian until graduation. And it's a very popular term to describe college girls. Because it is a thing that happens of, it's just kind of the stereotype of if you're a girl in college, you're gonna experiment. Like, it's a cut and dry thing. With guys, that's not a stereotype. So when a guy is like, themselves into that situation of like, yes, I am no longer a hetero, people tend to believe them because it's not the stereotype for the guys to experiment. Guys choose.
All
Is the stereotype.
Through all your battles and all my rhymes, you have failed in pairs 215 times. We might finish Cuphead post 250. And I get where you're coming from. It's a mentality I hold that all women are a little bit gay.
Hmm.
And
Not all men?
Not all men. Not, well, you know, that's changing.
Interesting.
It's changing. I'm meeting, I, as a homosexual man, for the most part, am meeting heterosexual men that display either activities or things of that nature that would lean more towards homosexual nature, but that's not the case. And it's becoming common, like the whole kiss your homies joke. 10 years ago, that never would have worked.
Yeah. But it's an interesting thing because I forgot whether it was you or someone else that called me the straightest person they've ever met.
I've met other straight men, but it's just because it's a cocktail of things. It's my anti-sociability takes me away from most straight men. My homosexuality takes me away from a great degree of straight men. And you know, it's also my spicy feelings or like my spicy attitude on life that takes me away. Like, think of all the men you've met in your life that are straight. How many of them do you know would willingly interact with me the way that you do?
My best friend would.
How many straight men do you know in your life? It's got to be double digits, right?
Of course.
How many men do you know would willingly interact with me? And like I'm assuming you take some form of pleasure in interacting with me outside of me being a joke. I'm assuming you take something from the experience.
Well, I wouldn't have philosophical conversation with you if I just thought you were a joker.
I'm saying though, like, how many just like run-of-the-mill straight men do you think would be willing to interact with me?
Willing or like I think would be friends with you.
Willingly interact and be friends with me. Someone that you think that you know my personality. If I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna like pull myself out of the situation. It's not for me.
See, it's a thing of, I know plenty of guys who would interact with you. I only know one that I'd be willing to bet that you guys would be friendly with, like would talk to again. Maybe like maybe 3.
Now that I've posed the
But
question, do you think it's a
it's
me
because of how
or a
your
them issue?
personality. It's because of the personalities that I generally interact with. I'm a very variable person. The amount of different people that I interact with is insane. Um, you can name any type of person, and there's like at the very least like a 50-50 chance that I not only meet but like interact with someone like that.
A dragon.
A dragon? I know someone that thinks they're a dragon.
Do you really? Do you
Yeah.
know the dragon can I eat like rhinestones? Person?
As in it's more like a furry thing for her.
Okay, different.
I guess, but that was the closest I could get.
It's okay.
She like draws herself as a dragon and stuff. It's wild.
I mean, I draw myself differently too. When I have King make art, I'm like 150 pounds lighter, and my eyes aren't red, and I'm not a snake-haired like Gorgon type creature. But
Well, it's a thing of like I don't know what I'd tell people to draw me as, because that's not the one time someone made fan art of me before, it was in very poor taste. And
when I say you're just a dude,
I just see
I don't
myself
mean
as
it.
myself.
Yeah, like you're just you. You see yourself as the way that you physically embody. And I think that's a really good thing, is the fact that I think it's good that you feel comfortable in your physical form.
I feel like that's a really good word to describe me.
Well, there's a weird thing because culture holds it more different because of female and male ideas.
It's stereotypes will always drive social accounts forward.
It's good that you feel comfortable as who you are in the form that you take.
See, it's interesting because I want to know, between both you and Alpha, if you had to describe me with a word, what word most describes me? You don't have to hit everything, just like a general broad word. What word would you guys use? Alpha's not going to respond because he stepped away, but...
I've used this word in a very negative connotation a lot, by the way.
Of course.
I'll preface that now. But when I say the word homely, and you can see the negative connotation, right?
Homely?
Homely. It's not in the form of, that like I've used homely negatively before. It's that you're consistent, you're with the norm and things of that nature, but you're something or someone that those that stand outside of that can come within and be okay with. Like, are you like me? Are you like... I'll sit with me. Are you like me? No. I'd hazard a guess that we are two incredibly different people.
Really?
Incredulously different. Like, outside of the you like women, I like men thing, outside of the how we view the world, outside of a lot of things, like me and you have had conversations about how we feel politically, and we've gone for hours, like, about shit that feels as mundane as gun control, and gone back and forth. And I'd like to think that you've changed your views about some certain things based upon what I've said.
Well, it's a thing of the beauty of having conversations like how I do is I'll never say the same thing twice, and it's not because I don't flip-flop, that my ideas don't change drastically, but it's you adjust your ideas because of new things that come. Water doesn't hit a sandcastle and leave the sandcastle dry. Even if the sandcastle stands strong, it changes a little bit. And that's kind of how I am with debate. Even if you don't change my broad ideas, little small things will be different.
As I learn more about you, I can tell you what we both have in common. are narcissistic tendencies.
Ooh, narcissism, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not a narcissist.
Mm.
I have a god complex. You've said
I'm
it so
narcissistic?
yourself. I feel
Yeah,
like
I did.
you occasionally embody some narcissistic qualities.
Okay.
You've said it a lot in this conversation in regards to me, and that at first it doesn't seem narcissistic because everybody wants to regale to themselves, but when you look at it in a deeper manner, it does show up. JC likes to talk metaphors a lot. I also like to talk metaphors a lot because the biggest way that you can interact with someone is through a metaphor. And the fucked up part about that is that's the only way you can. It's the biggest way you can interact with someone that speaks your language, because metaphors for people that don't speak your language are a fucking nightmare. I mean, the point is, JC, at the bare minimum, tolerates me.
I don't know. It's a thing of I enjoy a lot of people. It's a
Do
thing
you
of
enjoy me because you like to pride yourself on the fact that you enjoy a lot of people, or we're gonna have to
no,
exit the
because
map.
I don't make it.
I don't think we can
I
do the
don't-
devil right now.
I don't think it's because I pride myself on liking a lot of people. It's the fact that I just like a lot of people, and it's just a thing that happens. If I don't like people, I'm not ashamed of it. It's human.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a difference between being narcissistic and being proud and happy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also definitely a line. I don't know. I'm willing to let you think that I'm narcissistic. I'm not gonna like say no.
I'm not
Because
saying you're
I haven't.
narcissistic. I'm saying that you embody some narcissistic qualities. The
Gotcha.
same way that
But-
I embody some narcissistic qualities without being a narcissist.
It's a thing of I don't know enough about narcissism to really
Look at the
speak towards whether I am or
just
not.
the very look at Narcissus, the example. He looked into a pond of his own reflection and died there. We're gonna switch to Enter the Gungeon
Narcissus.
because that's where I
Inflated sense of self. Nah, I'm not important. What are you on about?
it's what you consider important though. It's the more you talk about yourself, that sense of importance grows. We're gonna move to the Gungeon because this is the game I like to talk over a lot.
Mm-hmm.